Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Ready to Love Season 7, Episode 11, and this is Two Truths and a Lie. Now, if you've been here before or if you haven't and you enjoyed the video, please check out my other content and definitely help your girl out by subscribing to the channel. Okay, so we pick up where we left off with Mercedes and Suan being up for elimination. That was a cliffhanger. Suan is eliminated. And I'm like, they finally something that makes sense, because if Suan would have stayed, I would have said this whole thing is rigged. Like, it's getting ridiculous at this point. So she left, and for some reason Blake didn't leave with her. Like, he was still in the house. And I'm just like, aren't y'all supposed to be leaving together? Like when Camille and Cornelius left. Like, I thought they was gonna leave together. But they didn't. So after elimination, Morgan and Cynthia are cooking. And Tony asks them what they're cooking. And after they tell him, Tony's like, yeah, because she knows I love to eat. Ain't that right, baby? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love to eat. Yuck. The sexual innuendos, like, he really trying to make it known that they did something, in my opinion. Like, okay, you only got to do it, like, ew. Mm-mm. So Lyndon feels like Tony's the reason Morgan is avoiding him. And, I mean, that's obvious. So everyone's at the pool, and Andre is once again saying Jeffrey is wife material, but this time he says Cynthia is also wife material. So I can appreciate that. He should have said that last time. But he just needs to pick Jeffrey at this point. Like, he's set on Jeffrey. Cynthia makes more sense with Anthony. Like, it's too close at this point. At this point in the game, like, we shouldn't be torn between two people stuck in the middle. Like, we need to be narrowing down and honing in. So Andre going with Jeffrey, Cynthia going with Anthony. So Mercedes tells Anthony she's just not ready for all that he has to offer with his stable career and him being a dad and, you know, him wanting to settle down. Like, she ain't ready for all that. She want to be young, wild, and free, okay? So she cut him off. And she just going to go head on with Mark Anthony. That was the right decision. That made sense. And now Anthony is going to focus on Cynthia, as he should. It's like when he talks to his connections, it's like he kind of puts the ball in their court so that they have to cut him off. Because he did the same thing with Swan. Instead of just like letting them go, he kind of like leaves it up to them for them to be like, okay, I don't want to move forward. But anyway, Anthony and Cynthia are in the pool. They kiss. Cynthia, you know, she seemed a little shy. It was cute. Andre on the other side just looking. Yeah, just sit there and look, because you've been kissing Jeffrey the whole trip. So Blake decides to leave. He tells the guys that he's going to leave the getaway early. Who cares? So later, there's a knock at the door. Tony gonna say in his confessional he was worried it was Marcia. He was like, I was nervous Marcia was coming to knock at the door. He gonna say Marcia's name if he don't do nothing else. Marcia should be getting paid for these episodes because her name's being mentioned so much. Like, we can't even forget about her because he keeps her name in his mouth. Okay. So, it was a task, and Tommy told them to make candles. I've always wanted to go to a candle making class because I love candles. I have like a low-key addiction to candles. I light them every single day. Tony, Anthony, and Jeffrey are in a group. And Tony and Jeffrey are struggling, but Anthony says he loves candles. They all over his house, so, you know, it wasn't nothing but a thing for him. Morgan takes this opportunity to sneak off and talk to Lyndon by the pool table since Tony is distracted. Linda tells Morgan that Tony's bad for her, and she said despite the glaring red flags that are on fire, I mean, she know he's bad for her, but she still wants Tony. We can end this here. Like, why are we dragging this on? I guess we got to make an episode, don't we? Linda seems over it, and it's like, we already know that he's about to go, because men are up for eliminations at this point. So Morgan, Cynthia, and Anthony are in their candle making group. Morgan begins to cry because she knows, you know, she hurt Lyndon's feelings, and Tony got her out here looking crazy. So she go cry, she walk off. Cynthia goes behind her to support her, and she's talking to her. Cynthia asks, like, look, does Tony's actions align with his words? Like, are his words matching what he's saying? And Morgan said, not when he's mad. Honey, you don't got to worry about no other red flags. I mean, this early in the game, Your actions ain't lining up with your words, and we've only known each other for a few weeks. Don't waste another minute, okay? But she like it. She like the drama. Like, they both just as immature. Like, that's why I think they actually are. They might be a good match because they like it. If this is what you want, I can't want more for you than you want for yourself, okay? So Mark Anthony tells Tony that Morgan's upset, and he goes in her room to check on her, and he literally like makes matters worse. Like, they get to arguing, and he slammed the door. So Tony tells Andre he's upset because she in there crying about another man. I will say this, I do see where he coming from now. Even though he can't, he mentioned Marcia's name if he don't do nothing else. Like, I do see where he coming from. Like, if I'm all about you and I'm thinking we going somewhere and you crying about somebody else, I wouldn't like that either. But Andre tells him not to jump to conclusions because, like, we rode together, so you need to calm down. Honestly, I don't think I see any of these potential couples lasting. The only one that maybe could last, maybe is Cynthia and Anthony. But other than that, I don't really see any, like, long-term connections here. So they do a candle exchange in their pajamas. Mercedes wanted everybody to wear, pajamas. Jeffrey comes out with a sexy negligee to make an entrance. Tony fell asleep early. So Jeffrey gave her candle to Andre. But then, like, she felt some kind of way when Mark gave his candle to Mercedes. Like, y'all know I like Jeffrey because a lot of people don't. Y'all know I like Jeffrey, but Jeffrey, girl, that ain't make no sense. You gave your candle to Andre, but then you making slick comments because Mark Anthony is giving a candle to Mercedes. Like, please make it make sense. But okay. So Andre gave a candle to Jeffrey and Cynthia. But the way he said it, he gave one to Cynthia first, and he's like, then I'm going to give one to my second connection, Jeffrey. I know Jeffrey felt the way about that. Cynthia gave a candle to both of her connections as well. She gave one to Anthony, then she gave one to Andre, so Anthony was in his feelings. I said, this cool candle making thing got everybody in their feelings. Linda gave Cynthia a 2-wick candle because she got 2 connections. I said, he petty. Mercedes was like, well, let's turn up and dance like it's the last night. So they dancing the night away, they drinking, having fun. Morgan's relieved that she can let her hair down because Tony sleep. So the next morning, everyone's leaving, and Tony sweet talks Morgan, and she, he got her wide open. She falls right for it. He didn't have to try hard or do much. So in the next scene, we see Blake. He's sitting down with Tommy. He tells him he's self-eliminating. So Mercedes and Mark have a date, and they play 2 truths and a lie. After they get done, having a little small talk, she asks him if he's looking for something serious. He says, well, I'm not looking to get married tomorrow. So in other words, no, not really. But he says he is looking for something serious. How serious are we trying to get? If the end goal ain't getting married, and we're trying to be serious boyfriend and girlfriend in our 30s? But you know what? They like a different kind of 30 because they don't got no kids and nothing. Like, they just living, they just dating, like, they just having fun. So, I mean, okay. I think they're on the same page, and that's why this makes sense. Nothing else makes sense. She wants what he wants. Nothing serious, okay? Like, yeah, we can be exclusively dating, but I ain't trying to get no more serious, and I ain't trying to move in with you. I ain't trying to live with you. I ain't trying to have kids with you. Like, I just want to just hang out with you, and that's it. I don't know if I believe him, though. But Jeffrey shouldn't even be in the conversation. Like, because he said in his confessional something about, like, yeah, he's leaning more towards Mercedes, but Jeffrey's still in the tuck. Why? Jeffrey wants kids, a father for her kids, and a husband today, right now. She can marry somebody right now. She will marry somebody right now. Why is Jeffrey still in the equation? You don't want what she wants. I can't even believe they around the same age because they like on 2 different life paths. Like, it don't make sense. The ladies meet at the church lounge. It's their last meeting there, so we know things are winding down and we getting close to the reunion. That's what we waiting for. Tommy shares that Blake self-eliminated. No one cared. Like, crickets could hear a pin drop. No one gave a care in the world, okay? So Morgan is tussling back and forth between Tony and Lyndon. I said, this late in the game, you stuck and still tussling between everybody else. They might have another connection, but it's like you have more of a connection with someone. Her only connection, like Tony said last week, is Tony. It has been. She's never had no connection with Lyndon. Like she says, like Lyndon's younger in age, he's living that nightlife, like he don't want to settle down. Morgan may be older in age, but like maturity wise, I think she's on the same level. I think Lyndon's a little bit more mature, honestly, because he like at least he's being real and he's being honest. Like, yeah, this I don't. He like Mark Anthony. Like I don't want all that right now. She's I don't know why she's dragging this on. He don't want what she wants, so there's that. But she just want to make Tony jealous. I think she just likes to have men fighting for her. It feels good to have men, going back and forth about you. And she just wanted to milk it as long as she could. She likes making Tony jealous. So Tommy tells her that she has to take Lyndon out and she got to decide his fate. Like, you got to make a decision if he stay or go. And we know when Tommy tells somebody to do that, he's basically telling them that that they got to do the eliminations, pretty much. So, she don't want him. She just don't want to hurt his feelings. Like, she don't want to be the one to say it. Like, I think she want to do what Anthony was doing. Like, she want him to say it. So they go to dinner. Lyndon was saying he felt like it was like their last supper, like their last meeting. He knew it was up. And she asked Lyndon, like, do you think you're the right man for me? Like, and he said no. He don't think he's the right man for her. He don't want what she want. He don't want to get married tomorrow and have kids next year. He don't want that. So for some reason, she begins to get emotional, and I could not, for the life of me, figure out why. Like, she was in tears. Like, Lyndon's not upset, so wow, he don't care. He know what time it is. He know what's up. Why are we making this all dramatic? Like, child, he don't care. And since he don't care, I wouldn't care neither. So she was like, well, I think you'll be a great man for somebody. If I was 33, girl, get on with it. So she tells him, his time is up. And she gives him a final kiss goodbye. And he was like, why? I don't know what the kiss was for at that point. And he was like, okay, well, Tony gonna be upset with you about that. And she tried to say she don't care. Girl, you gonna have to pay for that come reunion. When he rushes back, you ain't gonna be saying I don't care. When he get all mad, you gonna be singing a different tune, I guarantee. But that's my opinion. Y'all let me know y'all's. How did you feel about the episode? What are the final couples that y'all think are gonna make it to the end? I think it's gonna be Cynthia and Anthony. Normally we only have 3, and we kind of got 4. Cynthia and Anthony, Jeffrey and Andre, Mercedes and Mark Anthony, and Tony and Morgan may have a fight and decide like to end it before they get to the final theme song. So y'all let me know what y'all are thinking, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.